Building a successful YouTube channel is extremely difficult. I know because I've done it myself several times, including 2 new channels in the last year that I built from the ground up and monetized very quickly. So if you have a small YouTube channel that's struggling to get views, today I want to give you hope and a roadmap for how you can get from where you are to where you want to be, and why I have any credibility or why you might want to listen to me. So on the screen right now is my primary YouTube channel. 164,000 subscribers. So in the last year, I've made $108,000. Now I know if you're just starting out, showing you what my big channel has done is not relevant. But just so you understand where I'm coming from, the $108,000 that you see here, that's just ad revenue. That's not the money this channel made me. I have all kinds of other revenue sources. Then lifetime on this channel, $315,000. Not bad. I've only been making videos on YouTube for a little over 4 years. So here we have my new channel. I started it less than a year ago, and I didn't really start this channel with the intention that I was going to make money from this channel. What I really wanted to do was start the channel you're watching now, the consulting channel. But I wanted to prove to myself, before I tried to prove to you guys, that I could repeat what I've already done. I chose a niche that is a hobby of mine. My whole adult life, I've been into fish keeping. I have aquariums. And I thought that would be a good obscure niche. If I can quickly monetize an aquarium channel, then it's proof that I know what I'm talking about. So let's look at what I've done here. I've published 113 videos. Let's look at the last year, my revenue. I've made $2,406 for 100 videos. To this point, all I've talked about is things that I've done, and that doesn't help you. What I want this video to do is provide value to you. So now I want to, as quickly and as directly as I can, tell you everything I've learned in 4 years, 1,600 videos, 90 million views, and over $500,000 in YouTube earnings. So here we go. The first thing, you have to become crystal clear about what your channel exists for. What purpose does your channel serve? How do you provide value to the viewer? People do not watch your videos to help you. Even if you're big and successful, people are watching your videos to get value from them. That can come in different forms. For a lot of people, you're providing value by teaching something specific. How to grow tomatoes, how to change a tire, how to edit a video. It can be anything. Other channels might be for entertainment. There's nothing wrong with that. Entertaining someone provides value to their life. Okay? But it can't be vague. You have to know exactly what value you are providing to your audience. So the first thing you want to narrow down is, what is my channel about? A lot of people make the mistake of having a channel that is just about whatever pops into their head that day. And I've made that mistake in the past. But I can tell you from experience that if your channel is about tractors, and then you have, in my case, I had a really successful video about Starlink internet. I should not have made that video. I made a bunch of money off that video. It got, 250,000 views, which is pretty decent. And it brought in viewers who didn't want to watch my tractor videos. So it's okay maybe every once in a while to have an off-topic video, but primarily you need to know exactly what your channel's about and then make your videos as tight to that niche as you can. Something I find helpful in staying on topic is I try to think of my entire audience as one person. This can be a real person. It can be your brother, your dad, your sister, your neighbor, someone that you look up to, someone who has the same interest in you, or you can just imagine a fictitious person who has those characteristics. Maybe you're just thinking of someone like yourself, but you need an avatar, an imaginary version of who your ideal viewer is. Then every time you think about making a video, say, does this video idea provide value to this audience avatar? And if the answer is no, don't make the video. Next, we've moved on. We know what our channel is about. Now we need ideas for videos. Now, Most of us have other things going on besides just making videos. So, whatever else is happening in your life, if you're going to work or you're taking care of your kids or whatever you're doing every day, in the back of your mind, you need to have a running list of video ideas. And whether, depending on what kind of person you are, you might just leave that in your head. But a lot of us want to write it down, pull out the notes app on your phone, make a list of video ideas. Then when you're bored, you're not doing anything, you're thinking about scrolling TikTok, instead of that, open that list up and either in your head or in the notes app, write a little bit of a script for that video. Let's say you've got an idea, you think this is a good video. You should record that video 4 or 5 times in your head before getting a camera out or starting the project. So the way I do it is I have an idea for a video and I start thinking, what would be the best possible title and thumbnail for this video? Once I have a general idea, then I go onto YouTube and I look at every video similar to the one I want to make, because whatever you're going to do, there's some version of it already out there. Look at all the titles and thumbnails. Which are the best? Which ones would you click? Which ones have the most views? Watch all of the videos on that topic. Do your research. Understand, I watched 4 videos similar to the ones I want to make. These 2 were boring. I'm not going to do what they did. This one has the most views, and the thumbnail was shot from a different angle, and it was different. Understand what works on that very, very specific thing. So if your video is about how to cut down a leaning tree, watch all the videos about how to cut down a leaning tree. Study them, learn them inside and out, and then you will know before you get your chainsaw out how you want to record the video. So that's the pre-recording process, is study your titles and thumbnails so that when you go out and you're ready to cut down the tree, you know what picture you want for the thumbnail and you'll make sure to actually take that picture. Now it's time to turn the camera on. And a mistake that I see new YouTubers make all the time is not understanding how to tell a story and how to connect with the audience. So the biggest thing about YouTube is you. It's YouTube. It's not somebody tube. It's not nobody tube. It's not me tube. It's YouTube. Your channel, you are the hero of this channel. I know there are faceless channels and everything doesn't apply to everyone, but I'm talking to the majority of the people watching this. You are the hero of your channel. And that means if you're going to win, people have to feel like they know you as a friend. You have to get your face on the camera. I see so many people recording and they're like across the room. If you were going for a job interview, would you stand outside of the office where you were being interviewed and just wave at the guy in his office and say, I'll just answer the questions from the hallway? No, you're going to approach that interviewer. You're going to shake their hand. You're going to smile. So when you're talking to the camera, you need energy and enthusiasm. Be yourself. If you're not high energy, just be yourself and make sure that the person watching the video knows who you are when it's over. You need to be remembered by the viewer. So get up close, put your face up to the camera, and talk to the viewer as if they were the avatar that you've been imagining in the planning process. So if you were making this video and the only person who was going to watch it was your best friend from high school or your brother or whoever your viewer avatar is, just imagine that where that camera is, that one person is there. How would you talk to him? Hey, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Wait till you see this thing I've got. And then nothing matters more, not your title, not your thumbnail, not anything matters more than the first 5 seconds of this video. I'm recording this entire video you're watching now in one take. And if I mess up, I mess up. I'm a human. I'm not going to do everything perfectly. But the intro has to be right. I recorded 40 different intros, just the first 10 seconds, trying to decide, do I start off by saying, I've been successful on YouTube? Do I start off saying, if you are struggling on YouTube, here's how I can help? What matters with your intro is that in the first 5 to 10 seconds, the viewer knows that they clicked on the right video. Say, just so you know, I'm actually going to do what the title says I did. So you want to start the video not with some drawn out thing. Don't show yourself making a cup of coffee. I know that you want to make a vlog. All of those things can work at some point, but if your video is a vlog and it's about just routine things in your day, then maybe that's what it is. But my videos, I'm trying to provide value, and I want to tell you I've got 4 channels on every single one of those. I want to tell you within 5 to 10 seconds that you're going to get what you were hoping for out of this video. Make use of that time. So we've got understanding the direction of your channel. We have pre-planning before turning on the camera. We have titles and thumbnails. We have intros. The next thing you have is the pacing of the video. Your video needs to have a rhythm to it that does not bore the viewer. And there are different tricks to doing that. But if you watch a television show, they won't use the same camera angle for more than 5 seconds. It's constantly changing. Now, that doesn't apply to every scenario. You cannot always change every camera angle, like on a talking head like this. I could make this video better with B-roll, but what I want is viewer connection. So right now I'm staying in one place, but if this is one of my outdoor videos, I'm never going to have more than a 30-second monologue like this without jumping to some kind of work being done. So if I have a 15-minute video where I'm doing a project, I like to break it into 30-second segments. So 15-minute video, I'm going to have 7 minutes of me talking about what's happening. And I'm going to have another 7 minutes of the work being done. But I want to stagger that. 30 seconds talking, 30 seconds work, 30 seconds talking. Sometimes I put some of it on voiceover. It all depends on what I've recorded. But you have to have a cadence to the video because my viewers will want to hear what I have to say. They want to see the work being done. But if I talked for 7.5 minutes, then showed 7.5 minutes of work, that would not work nearly as well as staggering those two things back and forth. So you've got to build a story with a cadence, with changes of camera angles, and you also have to constantly be teasing that there's more to come. No matter how good your video is, no matter how much the viewer is enjoying it, if at any point they think you are done providing value, that's when they leave. Like right now, if I said, okay, those are all my tips, and then I talked for 5 more minutes, you're not watching that other 5 minutes. Never give the indication that you've provided all the value. So if I'm cutting down a tree and the tree falls, right then I immediately have 2 choices. Either I can reintroduce another interesting story or I can end the video. Because video title, how to cut down a tree. Hey guys, I'm going to cut down a tree. Here's me cutting down the tree. The tree falls down. I saw it. I'm done. Thanks for the video. So either end it when the action ends or constantly be adding new storylines. So halfway through cutting down the tree, you can say, hey, you won't believe what happened on my neighbor's tree. You'll have to see that after. Or you can say, after this tree comes down, I've got 3 tips or 3 pieces of safety information you need to think about. So always be teasing something. Tease things on this video, tease things on from your last video, tease things on your next video. So I like to throw things offhand. If I'm cutting down a tree, I'll say, like as I'm getting ready to start, I said, this chainsaw is already good and sharp. But if you want to learn how to sharpen a chainsaw, I have a video on that I'll link to at the end. That way you're telling the viewer, this is not a one-off. You are routinely putting out valuable content. So that's the next thing, is stagger your content into a rhythm and always be teasing something. The next thing I would say is that you need to become part of a community. That does not mean going on Facebook and constantly posting your links to your videos. That will get you banned. Nobody likes that. Nobody watches it. Facebook hides posts like that because they don't want people to watch your YouTube video from Facebook. If you're on Facebook, they want you to stay on Facebook. So it's not the end of the world if you do that a couple times, but it won't be why you win. There are no tricks. You cannot sub for sub. You can't, find a group and get them to all subscribe to you. None of that works. You've got to make videos that people want to watch, like we've been talking about. Make videos that provide value to people, and then become part of the community. Get to know all of the other YouTubers in your niche. They probably want to know you too if you approach them in the right way. Be part of the Facebook groups where you have conversations with people in your niche all the time, provide value to them. And then if a situation comes up where they say, you know, I'm trying to do this thing and I'm having trouble, and they recognize you and you come in with a comment and you say, well, here's an example of me doing that, you can get a viewer that way. But really, you're in that community not to gain viewers, but to gain an understanding of what the community is about. So if you're in that group and people are constantly complaining about this one thing, you need to make a video, if not 5 videos, about that one thing. Be part of the community. Now, I've done a bunch of videos on gear and editing and different things, and I've got a paid course that will teach you everything that I couldn't cram into this one video. There's so much more to say, but I think I've covered the most important things right now. Now, if you have a small, struggling channel and you'd like to become a full-time YouTuber, earn 6 figures like I do, I'm here to help you. I've bought a ton of YouTube courses. I've paid for them, downloaded them, watched them, learned some things, but nothing replaces one-on-one mentorship. So I have a course you can buy, but I think the key is to get someone who's actually done it to spend real time with you. And that's what I offer in my 30-day mentorship. So if you want to take your channel to the next level, you might take a look at it. Check out the link in the video description so you can see my website. Send me an email. Let's have a conversation. I wish you all the best in your journey. Thank you for taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.